Hello, my name is Jordan Peldiak and I work for the Tarrant County 4-H Youth Development Program and the Prairie View A&M Cooperative Extension Program. Today we're going to do a fun activity that comes from the There's No New Water 4-H curriculum, and this activity has to do with how our different streams flow. Okay, and we're also going to be able to create your own different landform today with just a few easy supplies you can get around your house. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do is get a few of these supplies together. You're going to need one piece of tin foil. You're going to need some paper towels to absorb the water. You're going to need a spray bottle. It could be a big one or a small one like this. And you're going to need something to write with. So a black Sharpie works really well for this. Okay? So what we're going to do today is we are going to actually create our foil here into our own individual land formation. Okay, it works really well because you can fold it and bend it and make different creases and make it look like an actual land formation. Okay, so before we do that though, we're just going to go over a few different concepts that we're going to use today in the activity. And the first one is grade. So the word grade means how steep and how many curves and different things are actually in different land formations. Okay. The next one is relief. That term has to do with how tall and how short different land formations are. The third one is soil erosion. So soil erosion is the dirt that comes off the different land formation banks, okay, and actually goes into the water or goes into the rivers. We're also going to look at topography, so that's just another term for looking at land formations from above, so you can see different elevations. A lot of times you'll see those on maps. And then the last one is watersheds. So that's going to be where our water collects in one spot, and that's a lot of times our lakes or our different rivers. So where a large amount of water that comes from surface runoff or comes from the different creeks, it all comes together to make one area where a large amount of water is. And a lot of times that same water is the water that we use to drink from in a lot of areas. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to slightly crinkle up our tin foil like this. Okay? So you don't want to do it too hard, because if you do it too hard you can't undo it again. Okay? So you're going to slightly unfold it. But you got to be careful too that you don't rip it. If you rip it, it's okay, but it just makes it a little bit easier if you don't. Okay, so you're going to crinkle it up. You can see you can make a lot of different creases. So I want you to do is I want you to try to create some different land formations, like a few mountains on there. Okay, so I'm just going to create a few here with my hand. Kind of two big ones there. I'm going to try to kind of form it upwards here and flatten out these sides. So everyone's going to look a little bit different just depending on how you do it, okay? So here is my small land formation, all right? So you can see in my land formation, I have two small little mountainous areas. This area right here could even be a lake, all right? So depending on what yours looks like, I want you to take your marker and think about if you were to spray the water on it, what areas do you think the water may collect in, okay? So I'm going to show an example of mine here. So if I have mountains right here and right here, I would think that a lot of my water may come down in here and kind of pile up in here. You can kind of draw some lines or some arrows there. Another spot is, I would think down here at the back could kind of be another area where water would collect. So when water, it comes off of these large areas and pools into our watersheds, that is called surface runoff. So you can see I'm drawing those, okay? So now you have kind of your estimation where you think the water may be. And now we're going to take our water bottle here, and you're going to have to probably spray a lot on top of it just to kind of get enough. So we're pretending like this is going to be a rainstorm on top. So you might have to do it like 20 times or so to kind of see where all the water might start collecting. I'm starting to see some kind of build up here in this line. You can even see the ink there that's pooling up there. It's adding some water. Okay. Some down over here in the little area where I drew an arrow before. Okay. and I do have some over here, which you can't see that well, okay? So you can see kind of how all the water kind of goes off of the different mountainous areas that we created. It kind of went down some of the little streams that we may have made, okay? If you ever think about how streams are flowing, you'll notice that almost all of them are meandering, or they're in a slight serpentine curve, okay? And the reason for that is because rivers want to slow down. They don't want to go too fast. If they were to go too fast, the river would expand too far, and it would most likely turn into a floodplain. So rivers want to slow down, so that's why they eventually turn. Even if the river looks straight, a lot of times it'll eventually gradually turn, and the soil erosion will help to make the river turn as well. Okay? So this is just a fun activity that you can do at home. Like I said, I just wanted to get you to understand a few of these concepts here that have to do with how rivers flowed, such as grade, relief, soil erosion, surface runoff, topography, and where you can find different watersheds and how those are made. Okay? So I hope you enjoy this activity, and have a good day.